Alright, hello everybody. Today we're going to go through my original KRYTAC. I've got a lot of questions over the years of what is a great starter gun, what upgrades do you typically do, and this KRYTAC I have had since I started playing. It was my first real airsoft replica I purchased in somewhere around 2015, I believe it was. We'll go through what has happened here, but she is done great for me. This gun has been used as a loaner for many new players over the years, and I'll go through what that's done and what I've had to do because of that. But overall, I would say this has been a great replica out of the box, as well as the few upgrades I've done over the years to keep her running. Okay, to start, I'll reference what I've done externally, and then we'll kind of get into what I've done on the inside. So externally here, as you'll see, I've actually put sights off a 416 on here just because I like them. I've had flip-up sights on it too, just this is my preference for open sights. I have a Field Sport red dot on it as well. I've had that for a few years. It was only about $35 off of eBay, and it's worked really well for me over the years with no real issues. On the back here, I have Magpul stock. I also flip between the Pts stock if I want to run multiple batteries for a longer game, but this works well with a buffer tube LiPo, not a real big deal. I use the Pts Motor Grip, as well as a BCM foregrip up front, Pts flash hider, some rail covers I have used here because I like to have the rail covers around the front just for when you're doing that C grip, because that's just how I do it. I use this more of a hand stop than anything. Some people also like to flip this. They like it more forward. That's preference. I prefer it this way. I know, black sheep, but it is what it is. This quick cutie sling mount here, I like that because I use a 2-point sling, and then I also tie into the one in the back here. Magazine I'm using in this case is the Ares PMag replica with a Magpul on it. So that is where I'm at as far as external goes in regards to this upgrades. A few things about the stock externals that I've run into over years. The bolt catch, I've run into issues with that as you rebuild these over the years. The ambi selector, mine still works, but I would recommend if you don't like messing with them, because this it's a very, very small Torx, and I've run into issues with them stripping. I actually had to file a straight slot into mine, but it's really nice to take this and put the plug in that amp sells. They make a plug to just eliminate the ambi selector, if you know it. The bolt and mock bolt catch doesn't work, as I said, often they die, but it's still pulled back fine. It's just kind of a pain because you'll have to hold it when adjusting your hop up. So that is where we're at as far as externals go. Okay, I'm going to go through the internals now. So a couple things. I typically recommend leaving the stock gearbox alone when you start out, and start with a barrel build. The stock barrel build isn't bad. You start with a 6.05 brass inner. A stock KRYTAC hop-up works well, and the bucking is pretty good. If you want to get started cheap, I'd say change the bucking out. I typically recommend a Mad Bull Red or a Maple Leaf, but sometimes you'll run into the Maple Leaf bucking not working well with a stock KRYTAC hop-up. So in this case, I've actually swapped to a VFC hop-up I had because the Maple Leaf worked really well with them. A lot of people have used the Max hop-ups as well. I have not had very good luck with them. They have been finicky in some builds, so I don't mess with them. I know they're pretty. I like the window and a lot of things on them, but I am, in this build in particular, want this to be the Honda Civic of builds because I want it to just run no matter what. I'm not pushing it to be this crazy sports car, but I want it to work well. So what I have in here is a 6.05 PDI inner barrel, a Maple Leaf 70-degree bucking, and this VFC hop-up as far as barrel build goes. Okay, so the last thing I want to go through here is just the internal upgrades I've done. So overall, like I said, I ran this gearbox until the O-ring in the VFC piston I had put in shrunk, and I was having compression issues. So I took it out, took the gearbox apart, cleaned it up, re-lubed, did not change the shimming, left the shimming the same. The auto shim they do and everything, didn't change any spacers, anything. Left it completely shimmed the same because it ran that well for that long. I'm not messing with it. All I did was add a Lone X cylinder, an Ares full metal rack piston, and an M120 spring. It's powered by a Teenley high torque motor at 40K and wired to Dean's with a stock MOSFET. With that, I'm good with a good effective range out to about 220 and 240 feet, depending. That's with a .32. With a .36, I get a little bit more, but anything past that range, you can throw the BB, but I don't feel that it is usable to hit a man-sized target accurately at anything past that. So, any questions? Feel free to ping me in the comments, and I'm more than happy to help. Thanks for watching.